Hey, and welcome back to episode 18 of the Hoping Mum and Dad podcast. I'm Becky and this is Fuzz, and we're here to talk to you about trying to conceive, infertility, and all kinds of things that put you in the shit club that we all belong to. So, Fuzz, how was your week?
It was alright. I've been pretty nocturnal lately. I've been this is where I bore the shit out of everyone for about a minute and tell you the stuff that I've been doing.
Yeah.
But I'm a photographer and I've got I'm a filmmaker and photographer, and I've been working on personal projects, and I've got like 10 hard drives, and because I'm a photographer, everything needs to be backed up. So I've been going through and sort of cleaning them up and looking at stuff and realizing that I've got like half finished projects from before that I need to do.
Story of my life, half finished projects.
Yeah, so I've been doing that, getting ready for lockdown. I love lockdown. It's always nice this time of year.
I love lockdown.
Well, I'm going to lean into it. You know, like people are going, I saw an amazing post.
I was just
from the
about to
Guardian.
mention you saying that post.
Yeah, that Guardian's post, and it was basically saying that scientists, those people who actually know what they're talking about, which everyone thinks are like Bill Gates' henchmen trying to eat your brains or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, like the amount of misinformation going around and people being silly billies is unreal. But the post said that like if you reframe the situation as a challenge, then it becomes a lot more tolerable.
Yeah, it's all about mindset.
Yeah. So, I'm leaning into it.
Yeah.
Like Christmas, like when it gets cold, it's that time of year, lockdowns come in.
Yeah.
I'm going to stock up, make sure I got all the stuff I need to make recipes and stuff.
Yeah. Keep that outlook positive and think of it as your next challenge. That's what you kind of said from that article, isn't it? Yeah, it's good. And I have been really busy at work. And yeah, we've both been waiting for a call from the Fertility Institute because we were expecting that we might hear from them at the end of the month. It's currently the end of September 2020, and we were expecting that they might give us a call to say that we could start treatment, what have you. And I'm one of those people that like looks for signs. Not looks for signs, but notices. Like if I'm walking down the road, I'm like, oh, 2 magpies. 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy. Then I'm like, oh, maybe today's a day. And it just hasn't been the day. I've been calling them non-stop and reaching the answer phone, and it's been annoying. But I finally got through today. And yeah, it was pretty... not the news we were expecting, really.
No, but it's my job to be like, okay...
Bring in the ice buns.
Yeah, bring in all the treats and stuff.
It's not your job to do that. You're allowed to think it's rubbish too.
Yeah, but I don't. I think we're no closer, but it's not any worse.
You think we're no further away? I disagree. I find it a bit annoying, but basically.
No, but I one of us could get ill, and that would push it back. There's so many factors that could push. Like, say everything was perfectly fine and well. There's loads of things that would that could like push it back or make it worse, whatever. And the fact is, this is the world now. So I'm just choosing to go to accept it and be like, oh well, because it'll drive you mad. And I'm not saying that you're. It's not wrong to feel pissed off and like try and gauge it against a situation where all of these things haven't happened, but it has happened, and I've just kind of tried to accept it and be like, right, how like. Whatever I do, it isn't going to change the situation.
I think...
no, but whatever I do is not going to change the situation.
No.
So, have we lost anything? No. Are we any closer to it? Who knows? No, probably not. We probably have to wait a little bit longer. But as it stands, we're on the, we're on the list. We're waiting for treatment. And, we just get it when we get it.
I think it's just, for me, constantly dashed hopes and being told one thing and then another thing, and you're given a time frame, and then that time frame and the goals are moved. So I found it really hard to keep it together on the phone today. In fact, I didn't. I cried. I couldn't help it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying that like my outlook is a bit different, and I think it might.
I think
work
my
better.
outlook will be different tomorrow, but it's very raw right now.
No.
And I know. Well, I get I grind my teeth at night. It's called bruxism when you've got that but I've got a really tight jaw now, and I think it's just because there's that tension in my body. So I'm feeling my teeth feel sore, like I've been clenching. So I need to chill and relax.
I hate talking about it because every time I talk about my outlook on it, I feel like it's just going to piss you off.
You don't piss me off. You don't piss me off.
But really, and I know...
I think we just have to recognise how we both feel. You feel okay about it.
Yeah, but you can also try and... Like, if I saw you spiraling and getting really upset and getting things, I would try my best to try and change your outlook.
Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't just say... I think you should do that, but it literally happened today, like a few hours ago. Mm-hmm. So I'm literally getting teary-eyed now because I'm just a bit...
I know, but we'll get there.
I know, yeah. And it's a few more months to just like prepare my body and get ready for it and stuff, but... It's also
because you're not really
bloody shit.
If you think about it, it might be a good thing.
Maybe
because you've just gone back to school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, COVID luckily doesn't exist in primary schools because they put 30 kids together in little boxes and they say no naughty coronavirus, off you go. Same with the 7 person turns up. You know, corona comes out. So maybe we might have a government that knows what it's doing. And like has got a bit of a better grip on the situation because think about it this way: if we're going to go down hypothetical routes, how shit would it be to get treatment, take all your bits and pieces, and then have it cancelled?
Mm-hmm. It would.
Would you rather? Burping. I always burp when I get into talking about stuff.
Yeah.
But
you're an animal.
No. So would are they delaying everyone? Or is it?
No.
Or are we just...
We're just not prioritised. They're starting new patients.
Yeah, so there we go. So
it's not us.
Yeah, so the people that are before us, we already know, are probably, like, older, have less time, have got, like, worse odds of successful treatment. So, try and take a pinch of... Like, if we were 5 years further down the line... and for some reason took ages to get onto the list and everything like that, and then COVID happens, you'd be like, oh my God, I'm turning 40, I'm turning 42. Like, I need to get this done. So
everything's relative though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
but I'm just trying to...
I know age isn't on your side, but to me, my age isn't ideal either. And I don't think it'll be a simple process for us. Anyway, hopefully it will. And... tomorrow I will feel better.
But
today I'm allowed to sulk and feel annoyed.
And I'm allowed to say it could be worse.
Yeah, of course you are.
But we're not that old in IVF terms.
No, we're not. But in January, if they call us in January, I'll be 33. And then...
This is a horrifying thought. There are people that have missed elective surgeries for serious illnesses that might be doing IVF now because they might not be around.
I know.
So... Let's try and find the positives.
I'm not being ungrateful.
I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are. But I'm always going to try and be positive and find a way, a reason.
But that's like what Elise said the other day. Positive.
Yeah, but I'm allowed.
Positivity or whatever.
Yeah, but that's her opinion. Yeah. Like, I'm allowed.
That is also a real thing. It's not an opinion.
Yeah, but I'm not being toxic. I can't change the situation.
No, you can't. But you can't force the positivity on me.
I'm not. I'm just telling you how I feel.
Okay. And I recognise that, and I'd like you to recognise that today I don't feel positive, but tomorrow I might do.
But I'm always going to try and mention things that we should be grateful for.
Yeah.
And always think it could be worse. Let's
Welcome
put things
to our
in perspective.
First difficult conversation on the podcast.
It's not a difficult conversation, but at the same time, if someone tells you you're not allowed to be positive, or if someone tells you that being positive is bad,
I'm not.
Then I'm going to disagree with that.
I feel the opposite. I feel like you're telling me that I can't be negative.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to highlight things that we should be grateful for and how it could be worse.
Yeah. I agree. So, yeah.
Who
This
knows?
is why it's really good for us to have the podcast, because we're getting both sides of the story and you can see it happening in real time, like how we support each other and how we...
I know, but I do think you hang on to certain things if it fits your agenda a little bit.
I'm not hanging on to anything. It's been like 5 minutes since the phone call.
No, I know. But I'm just saying that, like you're pissed off, you're gutted. It's horrible, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's going to be loads of people out there that are saying you can really have a shit time and have a, just lean into the shitness of it.
Mm-hmm.
And there are going to be people out there that are going to say, that's really shit. Like, how can we try and focus on better?
And that will be me, just not this hour.
But we will get there.
I know. Yep.
And I guess
I'm
it's
just
more...
not feeling like that this minute, and that's okay.
That is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, there are loads of other people out there that are... Like, I don't even like thinking about it, because when I try and empathise with people that might be, like, dying and, like, having... Because that happens, doesn't it? People have kids because they... So we're still here. We're going to get through it, and we're going to cross our fingers. Hopefully everyone, like, you know, has a good time. And has a good time? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Hopefully everyone, you know, gets through this COVID stuff, because that seems to be the bane of our life, which is nothing. There's nothing that we could have done. It's not your fault. It's not my fault.
I think that's everyone's fear at the moment, isn't it? Because no one knows really, especially with any kind of elective treatment as well. You don't know if it's going to interfere with it. So.
Well, there's cancer operations that are not going ahead because
I know.
So
calm down.
I am calm. I'm just saying that we really gotta like find positive, like be grateful.
But not right now.
Yeah. Okay. I won't say anything.
No, you can't say anything. But just, you know, I'm fine. I will be fine, and it's okay for me to.
Because they did say as well, it was the end of September or August, September, October.
No, look, I've had this conversation with the manager for the Fertility Institute. Yeah? Like, I am not. We won't be spoken to in October. It's not going to happen.
No, I know, but before today's phone call, we were told it could be this.
But we were told the wrong thing, which is the whole reason I'm upset.
Well, did they know? Did they know for weeks then, or did they just find out?
No, they just tell you things. They all tell you different things, and they don't know based on your circumstance. They don't look at your file, so they're just constantly dashing your hopes because they give you like an end game, and that's it. I'm not like throwing my toys out the pram and saying I want my treatment now. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm upset about is the fact that we've constantly been told different things by different people.
Yeah, and we did have to chase up my DNA results.
We've had to chase up everything.
Maybe I wonder if that was cleared up faster, if we would have been further along. But you can, like, I'm not going to get into that because it's just going to. But we got good things to look forward to. Yep. We're still alive. We're still here. Mm-hmm. We've got an amazing family around us. And we're going to speak to Sheila Beans later. And
not on the podcast, though.
No. We could do, though. We could get the girls on.
One day. This week we spoke to a lovely lady, a good friend in the Trying to Conceive community. She's very popular and sharing everything that she's been through. It's Nisreen or Niz from at our _little_ Lima. I think it's that.
So yeah, like it could be that. It might not be. Like,
well,
I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll put the description. We'll put all the links to the accounts and stuff in the description below, and maybe even on the screen if we're feeling a bit fresh.
Yeah, we'll do that. So we hope you enjoy.
It was nice to have a bit of positivity.
Yeah, it was. So, and we've been asking for that for ages.
I know.
And we had a great chat with Niz. She's also a teacher, and it was just good to talk to her about what she's been through. So we hope you enjoy listening to that.
Recording. Okay. And here we go. So, we have another episode today with an amazing guest. Becky is going to take over and get this party started.
Yeah. Hey, Niz, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
Really good. It's so lovely to have you on.
Oh, thank you.
I know you've probably had a busy day like me because we're both teachers, but we won't go too much into that. I'm just really grateful that you've come on and would like to share a little bit about what you've been going through lately with your fertility experience.
Yes. Well, it's quite a long story. Shall I start from the very, very, very beginning?
I mean, why not?
Are you sitting comfortably?
Yeah.
Are you sitting comfortably? I believe all my issues started when I was about 15. Mm-hmm. My periods were sort of coming every 2 weeks. Wow. But when you're that young, they just sort of. So obviously, my mum took me to the doctors because there was something wrong, and they fob you off and they say, "Oh, here's the pill that will sort you out," and that was it. There was no investigation. There was no nothing. It was literally just take the pill. And obviously, you're young. You don't think about babies. Obviously, that's the last thing you want. So I was on, the pill for about 10 years, until I met my now ex-fiance. And so obviously decided to come off the pill. And I thought, you're so naive when you have no clue about fertility and infertility and whatever else. So I came obviously off the pill, and I thought, oh my God, I'm going to get pregnant the next month, as you do.
Yeah.
And so obviously a year went by and nothing happened. And I just sort of had this inkling something's wrong. And I'm that type of person that when something's sort of not going right, I'm like, right, I need to do something now. I'm so eager.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, let me go to the doctors, get some tests and stuff. And I thought they'd be, really supportive from the beginning. And no, I mean, it's just to get anything, it was painful. Honestly, I was phoning up all the time. I was chasing appointments, and they just weren't really interested. I was in my 20s. They basically wanted to say, you're so young, just keep trying. And, so eventually I did get some tests done. I had sort of a initial scan, some blood tests, and it all came back fine. So they decided, let's just, you're young, go and try for another couple of years, 2 years, they said, go and try. And I was like, well, I didn't have a clue, and I thought, oh, well, the doctor's right. Maybe I am young. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I just need to relax.
In your early 20s, was it?
No, I was sort of 26, 27.
Yeah.
So I mean, not early. And so obviously I went away, and then me and my now ex-fiance, we did end up breaking up. So obviously, we broke up. So then that was that. And now I've met my current partner. We've been together just over 2 years. Yeah. And I never went back on the pill, because I thought, well, obviously, I can't have children easily. So,
don't mess it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't want to mess myself up again. And then obviously we started trying a year after we'd been together. Yeah. Nothing happened. So because I'd already sort of been in the system, because I'd had tests done before, I sort of went back and I said, what can you do? I've been trying for, basically 6 years to get pregnant now, all in all. What can you do to help me? And that was sort of like another long process, and I had to really chase them up. And long story short, my partner, he obviously has to get tested as well. And it came back that he had 0% morphology, which basically means the shape of his sperm, he didn't have any that was the right shape to penetrate my eggs. Yeah. Which was really weird, because he'd got his exes pregnant in the past. They'd had miscarriages and stuff. But I was just like, that's crazy. So because he had his condition, it was sort of fast tracked. Oh, okay, you need IVF. Yeah. Which kind of worked in our favor, because I don't know what would have happened otherwise.
But must have been a surprise as well if you didn't realize.
Yeah, a real surprise, because I just thought it's just one of those things he has to do. I'm the issue. He's just got to do it, because so I can obviously get some help. And it turned out that he obviously needed a bit of help too. Some of my tests that had come back, I had low AMH. So my egg reserve was quite low for my age, and one of my tubes was blocked. So it was sort of all three things had come at once. It was just like, oh my God, it was just
overwhelming.
Yeah, really overwhelming. And I just think, when you're young and they don't teach you about these things, they just teach you about how not to get pregnant, condoms, and the pill and the coil. They don't teach you about things like this. And it's scary, because I thought, oh my God, if I've got hardly any eggs, I mean, what's going to happen? And so it was very stressful, all in all. I got referred for IVF. I was supposed to start March. Obviously, COVID happened.
Same.
Is that the same as you guys? Yeah. So we got a call in May saying they were starting up. So we're getting all ready. And then they called us back. No, it's been cancelled. So then we got to start in July, in the end, June, July. And I'm actually 3 months pregnant now.
Yay!
So after that long-winded story, I'm still in shock that it actually worked for me first time, because in my head, all I was thinking is, I just want some eggs to be frozen so I can get another chance, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even think it would work the first time. I still can't even say out loud that I am pregnant and believe it. It's crazy. It really is.
And you've reached that kind of goalpost, really, haven't you? Because you're into your second trimester if you're at 3 months. Yeah.
Is that the rule, basically? Like, you can't really be too confident about stuff until you get into your second trimester, or?
Yes, well.
Yeah. It's, pretty much.
No, I mean, is that the same for like normal, like, normal
naturally conceived
stuff? But with IVF, because there's so much intervention, that it's more secure in the first trimester, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Would you think?
Yeah. I think so. I mean, you get a scan at 6 weeks, and that's obviously the heartbeat. So once you've sort of ticked, okay, the baby's got a heartbeat, it's like, okay, the next one. And because you're on progesterone, like injections or pessaries, until sort of 10 weeks, you kind of think, oh my God, when I stop them, what's going to happen? Is my body going to look after this baby? Because you're so used to all this help you've been getting.
Yeah.
So even now, I'm really worried. I can't enjoy it. Hopefully soon I will be able to.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think, because I've been on this journey, and the IVF journey was so stressful, and I just think I've not been able to relax and enjoy it. It's just like, oh my God, I want a baby, I want it now. And now it's like, oh my God, I've got it. What do I do? Like, what?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Honestly, it really is. It's a weird situation, because I'm sure you're probably looking at me thinking, oh my God, you're pregnant. Bloody celebrate it.
No.
Becky gets a bit like that, but it doesn't get to me as much.
I know, like you, because I'm the one that does the Instagram stuff and speaks to other women, so we all support each other, don't we? The IVF community is amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I know that when people are successful and they do have that success story, it's kind of like
they're scared to talk about it.
You can't really relax, because you want it so much, and because you've been so into it, you do so much research that you kind of know what can and can't go wrong, and I feel like
it's hard, but maybe the best thing to do is to just take a breath, or like a great person once told us, take 3 deep breaths.
Yeah, my niece.
We asked our niece, who's like 5.
Yeah.
Like, what should sad people do if they feel sad and they want to feel better? And she just went, take 3 breaths.
Oh, so cute.
That's not bad advice, really.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, it is a lot to go through, and I know it's really commonplace for people to feel really anxious and not be able to fully relax into your pregnancy and enjoy it.
Do you think that's just across the board for pregnancy in general?
I think it's probably more heightened. Maybe it's safe to say it's more heightened for people who've been through fertility struggles.
Definitely.
It's just
because you can't quite believe that your body's done this. Like, after 6 years of never ever being pregnant my whole life, you just can't believe that, oh my God, it's worked. And you don't trust your body. It's
So what's weird. So I got a few questions.
Go for it.
And you're one teachers up in my hand. Pick me. So did you talk about this with your friends and family throughout the whole process, or have you kept it kind of quiet?
I did. I'm that type of person that has to tell everyone. A lot of people are not, but it just helps me to talk about it, and it really did help me to have the support of everyone throughout. I don't know how I would have done it.
I feel like I'm keeping a secret if I don't tell someone something.
Yeah. Yes.
It really bothers me. Like, literally, like, I'll tell Becky stuff. She's like, "Why? I don't even care. Why are you telling me this stuff?" But so we were talking about. So you felt that, like, talking to people, you don't regret talking to people. Basically, it was like being open about it was like a good thing.
Yes. I think. Because I am the type of person that I am, and I do prefer to tell everybody just to get it off my chest. I just feel better. But then it sort of came to a sort of point where friends and family weren't really understanding the journey. So I kind of thought, thought like, oh, I'm burdening them, you know, every time I'm just going on about this IVF thing. So that's why I thought, let me make an IVF page. And then there's, you know, like-minded people like me. I can vent. They're all interested in what I'm talking about. And I found that a godsend. I don't know what I would have done without that either.
And that page is... And that page is, for people that are listening or whatever, at IVF_UK_little_Lima.
Yes.
That's cute. I like that.
Well, yeah, my partner's surname's Lima. So, yeah, little Lima will be hopefully our baby. Yes.
I thought Lima, it's an animal as well, though, right?
It is,
yeah,
yes.
it's spelled differently.
Right.
Yes,
okay.
spelled differently,
Dyslexia
yes.
strikes again. I thought you named it after, like, a cute little animal or something.
No, yeah.
Oh, well.
I love
happy
it.
coincidence, I guess. But, yeah.
Yes. But, yeah, it does sort of ring a bit, little Lima, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cute. And like us, like, I think you found loads of support and, like, help from that online community as well as from friends.
There was so much I did not have a clue about. I went into IVF thinking, oh my God, I'm going to, like, before I even, you know, started it, I thought literally you go in one day and they put it up you. I don't know where my head was. Yeah. I honestly had no clue. Obviously, the nurses tell you. But are you doing it NHS funded or privately or?
NHS, yeah, fingers crossed.
Right, yeah.
We're still waiting for a call, yeah.
So honestly, I don't know if it was just my clinic or it was, I got more support from, you know, my IVF followers than I did from the clinic. I was expecting, you know, everyone to be really friendly when you go in, and because it's a horrible thing you have to do. You can't have a baby naturally, you know. So I was just expecting all nice, you know, oh, hi, come in, take a seat. How are you? No, none of that. It's literally like a cattle market, and, you know, everyone, they're always late. They cancel appointments. Yeah.
So if you had
you know, it was worth it in the end. I would do it all again.
Yeah.
But I wasn't prepared for it. I was like, if you look at my Instagram at the beginning, I was so positive and yay, let's do this. You know, I'm making a baby, and then by the end, I was like, there's pictures of me crying, and you just don't realize how much of like an emotional, you know, no matter how strong you think you are.
Yeah.
And it's also all the drugs that you're taking as well. You don't realize how they're going to affect you. Like, I'm a nightmare when my period's coming anyway. Never mind all this stuff, you know, you're injecting into yourself.
Yeah. I don't think Fuzz is looking forward to that when we actually get through to.
I'm a seasoned veteran.
No.
Like I can handle it.
Yeah. So how did you find all that, Niz? You know, the actual process of the treatment and the medical intervention. Kind of, how was it for you?
For me personally, I mean, I've never been scared of sort of needles and injections, so that wasn't sort of a problem. But when it just feels very overwhelming when you go in there, the nurse doesn't have a lot of time to explain things, so you don't want to sort of be that burden. Oh, what do you mean? And because some of the medications you have to mix up. And I remember on the first day when you get your medication, it's not just like a one simple injection. There's this on this day, this at this time, this on this time. And I remember just looking and tears started rolling in my eyes. And I just said to my boyfriend, Yuri, I said, why do I have to do this? It's not fair. Why can't I just have a natural, normal baby? Yeah. And I just felt like it's not fair. Why do I have to do this? And so I had that on sort of day one. And then you just get into a swing of doing it. You really do. But what I wasn't prepared for was every sort of stage of the IVF, you're on tenterhooks. It's like you're always waiting. Okay, so you've got your scan. Okay, how are the follicles looking? Oh, they're looking not too great. Oh, no. And then you're on a downward and then you're on an upward. Yeah. It's literally like a roller coaster. Every single day you are, I don't want to be negative. Sorry, guys, because I know you guys are going to go through it.
No, don't be silly. But I think you need to be real.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be ups and downs.
Yeah.
I'm prepared for it to be really shit and terrible and not work and stuff, so that if it does, it's a bonus. But like I've said this before, I'm like a pessimistic person in general, so I'll always think I'll plan for the worst, and then if it comes through, then it's like a bonus, isn't it? But
I was the same. I am the same in life. So all I wanted was a frozen one, because in my borough you only get one fresh cycle and one frozen cycle. So I said I wanted to maximize all my NHS sort of freebies. Yeah. So I just didn't think, because when I started my page, I didn't see anybody who'd got pregnant on the first go, and loads of people have said to me, no, it doesn't work the first go. It takes
maybe
a couple of goes.
Scared to like tell people that I worked on the first go, because people would be like, "Oh, fuck's sake!" Like,
It's true.
Maybe I think it's quite hard to gauge how much is going on in that community, because there's so many layers to it. Like, people are scared.
Yeah.
People don't want to be insensitive to other people by saying stuff like, "Oh, I just got pregnant." It's a really tricky one. I think if you're in that community and you're talking about stuff, you should be able to talk about everything. And if you're having a tough time and things like that are going to set you off, then the only way we can really deal with that is, like, if those people who are having a tough time maybe switch off, maybe get off social media for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you can't really be on social media and have the rest of the world cater to you. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But obviously be sensitive and whatever, but you know, if you struggled for 6 years to have a kid and then you had a kid, then you should be fucking happy about it and be allowed to talk about it and be like, you know, I'm over the moon.
Yeah.
Like, celebrate.
It's true. But and some people, I would hope some people would look at my page and think, oh my God, there's a success story, you know.
Inspiration,
Yeah.
We've been saying for a few episodes that we want to have someone who's had success, and it's really great to talk to you. I was going back to your, you know, the difficulty that you had when you were stimming and like going through the medicine part of it before you had to transfer. Is that photo, you just said before on your Instagram, you started off really happy and then ends up with a photo of you crying. Like, I can see that photo in my head still, because I've been following you for a while and I saw it, and it's really hard, isn't it? Because it cuts you deep when you see people in pain, you know, like emotional pain, but it's physically you can see it because you're just like, crying and
like talking about like trying to anticipate the negative stuff. Like, I don't know, like with us anyway, I'm trying to think that, like, say we go for a round and it doesn't work, that I'll be like disappointed, but me and you can still go for a walk, watch a sunset, have a kutch, like do all these things that like like
how
you gotta
romantic.
No, but I mean, having like we're not dead, and it hasn't like like taken part of our what we have away. It's just something that we haven't got. So like I try and frame it in a way that it's like, okay, we haven't lost anything because we haven't got it to lose. So going back to that picture, Niz, where were you when, like, what stage?
In the bath. I was in the bath.
Oh, bless you.
Well, so I think I was still stimming then, I'm not sure. But at the same time, my partner's dad was really, really sick in hospital. So we were dealing with sort of, the IVF side, and his dad was really sick. It was sort of like 20% he was actually going to survive.
Is he okay now?
Oh yeah, he's out of hospital, thank God. Good. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, thank God. So he's out of hospital. But so my boyfriend was obviously trying to be strong for me because I was going through a lot mentally, and obviously trying to be there for his family. And he had a lot going on with his dad. So, and obviously I was quite close to his dad as well. So obviously I'm upset about everything, and I just got very overwhelmed by it all. And I just didn't feel supported by my hospital that I was, obviously my the fertility clinic. I didn't feel supported by them. I kept phoning and never speaking to the same person, and I just felt really overwhelmed by it all. And it could have been the medication as well. I have no idea. It says there's loads of side effects and stuff. But I tried not to sort of look into the side effects, because I thought, like if you look into something, you think, oh my God, I've got that. So I'm that type of person. So yeah.
I think it's really, that's another bonus of like telling your friends about going through treatment, and for the Instagram community, because like it's really hard, as soon as juggling IVF and real life, as soon as something else tips the scale, like you said in that case with your partner's dad being poorly, like as soon as that tips, it kind of just rocks the boat that little bit more, and it becomes just hard to manage, doesn't it?
Exactly. You don't expect it. And it was sort of like, because he was so sick, I said, shall we stop doing, this? Shall we delay it a bit? Because obviously this is crazy. And he said, no, what would make him happy, is him to be a dad, and, his partner to be his dad to be a granddad. And he said, that's the only thing that's sort of keeping him going is, being there for me. And so we decided, we'll keep going with it. But it was a tough time. We did go through a lot. Yeah.
Thank goodness.
And it was COVID too. So it was like, because obviously we started June, July. So it was still, COVID was happening. My boyfriend wasn't allowed with me to a lot of the appointments.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't change it, but it was a stressful time.
I bet it was.
I wanted to ask, you said earlier that like you were open and honest with everyone about everything and you found it like to be really helpful. But then you said you found that at times, like, people weren't too understanding or anything like that. Could you maybe think of any sort of tips for people's families that, that could help?
Well, do you want me to sort of say some things that were not helpful? Or
Well, what could be done better for people that don't?
I got the question a lot. Would you adopt? And that was kind of like, no, that's quite insensitive because I want my own baby, and it's like I don't know. I just wouldn't say that. I wouldn't recommend to say that to anyone. They're talking about adoption because everybody wants their own baby,
Well, if you're doing IVF, you obviously are quite keen for IVF to work. So to just casually go, how would you adopt? It's like, I never. Really
and I got a lot of just relax. It will happen. It's like, no, it's been 6 years. It's not going to happen. You know?
I've taken loads of baths and I've had loads of massages. Relaxing isn't going to help me.
Relaxing's not going to help. It's not. And some people, they just didn't get it, because they found it really easy. And one of my family members, she gets pregnant really easily, and she said something on the lines of, how much is IVF? I wouldn't be paying that. That's way too much. It's like, but how can you put a cost on a child just because you find it really easy? You'd spend, that much on a car, or
whatever you had, wouldn't you?
It's just like, it's really insensitive, and it's not a choice. I'm not choosing to go and spend this money. I have to if I want a child. If it doesn't work, NHS didn't work. So there were a lot of sort of insensitive comments. I don't think they actually meant it to be, malicious, or they just don't understand what it's like. And people are saying, don't rush into IVF, just wait, because obviously I've only been with my partner 2 years, so they were just like, and it's like, well, no, I don't really want to wait. My AMH is low. We both know we want to be with each other. This is what we want. And
even if that was like not a consideration, or like if you want a kid, then it's up to you, isn't it? Like you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
I think often people come to you and they kind of listen and hear what you're going through, and then kind of want to give you a solution,
Yes.
Tell you how to fix it, but no one can give you that. They just need to be like,
no,
that sucks.
So
yeah, exactly.
They're two tips that definitely people can maybe like share about with people that could.
I think just listening to what we're going through, and just being that ear to listen. And I liked it when people were interested, and I would say, how long do you have to take your injections for, and what do you need to take them for? And just being interested in the process, because it is a process, and it's a very interesting, crazy process, and just having someone there to listen to you really helps, Because
I think, like you said, you didn't really know about the process. No one really learns about it. And it's so common that people really should be taught kind of in education, like you said, going back to when you were 15 and you were having periods like really frequently.
Exactly.
It's like that. No one learns about IVF, and doctors' solution to any kind of female problem is literally just go on the pill. And then loads of people are on the pill for like 10, 15 years and don't even think about how that might affect them.
Because even before that, I was having really, really painful periods. When something's just not right, like they were really excruciating. Oh, do you want to go on the coil? I said, no, I don't want to go on the coil. I want to find out what's wrong with me.
Is that, just out of interest though, is the coil like meant to be less disruptive for conception stuff than pills?
There's two types. There's one that's a hormone type and one that's not. No, but I mean,
just from what you know, like from other people and stuff, would you just say that all contraception is like just as disruptive for like conception later on.
I think any contraceptive with a hormone base
I agree.
is probably disruptive to your natural system, and
the coil is,
the coil can be. I think contraception is really important, obviously, but I think anything to do with hormones, if you're not addressing like your actual hormone imbalance or problem, you're kind of just covering up potential issues and not finding out exactly
it's crazy
what the root cause is.
How important hormones are as well for like vitamin D. Like with COVID related stuff, I was watching some medical thing. They were saying that like most people are vitamin D deficient, and it's either vitamin D or magnesium. But this one mineral or whatever, or vitamin, they're so like important that it's technically classed as a hormone. Like if you don't have enough of it, the rest of your body morphs and changes and stuff.
And obviously in Niz's case, you didn't find out that you had a blocked tube or the low AMH until you were much later on. In your life, whereas they could have found those problems when you were a teen, probably, if they did some investigation then.
Did they do smear tests and stuff like that when you're 21?
Oh yeah, you do smear tests, but that doesn't sort of check anything to do with your fertility.
I know. Wouldn't it be like good if there was some sort of, I don't know how viable it would be or how expensive it would be if they could do it, but if there was like a quick test that people could do when you're young to be like, yep, everything seems to be cool, because they could probably address. And like I'm not a girl, in schools I went to a boys' school as well, so I have zero reference for any of this stuff, but like it seems that like you should, like from what I perceive, it's like girls don't really talk about it that much, and people don't talk to them about like stuff. And we've spoken to loads of people that have had issues when they were younger, so maybe that's something they should like, that could be better if people were talking about it a bit more.
So much better, definitely.
Definitely.
So going back to your pregnancy, yay!
Yay!
Have you had your 12-week scan now?
No, that's not until next Tuesday. So that's why I'm still like, I haven't sort of told everybody at work. All my friends and family and stuff know. Just the internet, but no, so I just said I'll wait till next Tuesday, and then hopefully everything is okay. But I have had a few private scans because it's just I have, because it's just like, oh my god, the nerves are just like, oh my god. So I saw baby moving about a week ago. So hopefully by next week see a bit more.
And was your partner able to come with you to those private scans?
Yes, see, the partner could come to the private scans. I don't know why, how, I don't know, but he could. Yeah.
That's amazing, because I think that's one of the difficult things. Will he be able to come with you on Tuesday?
Well, this is it. I don't know, unless it's changed. I'm sure. I saw my midwife on the 1st of September, and she said yes, but you just don't know because way things are changing. And it was a shame because he couldn't come to that first midwife appointment with me, and they asked a lot of questions about him and his family history, and I don't really know it, so it just would have made sense for him to be there. But
you just call him and have him on speaker, like, oh hey.
Oh, I know, literally. But it's just you just want that support, and it's like you want him to feel involved in the baby too, not like he's an outsider and it's like my baby. You want him to be, as involved. Which with my fertility clinic, they did towards the end. He was allowed to come in for the scans and stuff, but we both had to sort of get COVID tested, which is, oh my god, the worst test ever.
Really?
Yes, like it's right down your throat and your nose, and it was horrible. But like I said, it's all worth it.
And they're probably doing it to protect like the people going through treatment, I guess. That's probably the main reason, isn't it? Like they're stopping people coming in. Because how annoying would it be if like you didn't have COVID but your partner did, you both went in, and then like 6 or 7 people caught it, and then their treatment got cancelled. You'd be like, ugh.
No, it's true.
My bad.
So I was more than happy to do the COVID test, as long as, I'd be happy to do loads of COVID tests if he could come with me for every appointment.
Even if you paid for him yourself or whatever. Like.
Oh, exactly. We would do that. Because he wants to be as involved as I am. So
it's exciting for you both, isn't it?
Exactly. It's his first baby, my first baby. We want to enjoy it. And,
you're lucky if you get COVID tests. They're pretty hard to get hold of at the moment.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I
So
know.
obviously you said you're a bit nervous still about like believing that you're pregnant and everything.
But you are.
But you are.
Yay.
So what are you looking forward to most, do you think? Are you able to look forward yet? Are you kind of being hopeful, or are you still taking it day by day?
Yeah, I'm just taking it day by day. I think after the NHS scan next week, me and my boyfriend said, look, we need to sit down and we need to, talk about what we need to buy and get. And, we're only in a 1-bedroom flat. So yeah, there's things we need to sort of discuss. And I think then it will sort of become real. But I'm just holding on to this NHS scan because we're going to do the testing, for like Down syndrome and chromosome diseases and stuff. So we're just sort of holding on, hoping everything's okay. And I think after that, I'm hoping that I can actually relax.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, I hope.
You have to let us know though, like give us a message when you, or we'll. Well, I don't know, but we want to know. We want to know everything's good. So
oh, great, guys, that'd be fantastic. You can have me back on when I've got my big belly.
When you've got your big belly, and then when you've got your baby in your arms.
That's it, and I can say, look, this is IVF first time. I never thought it would happen.
Yeah.
But they did transfer 2 embryos inside me.
Oh, really?
Which, they did. I didn't think they would because I'm young. They sort of say after 35, they would transfer 2.
It's like a hedging your bets thing.
Yeah, but then when I got there, because obviously we had ICSI because of my partner's sperm. Mm-hmm. So they had only 4 had managed to fertilize and make it to day 5. Mm-hmm. But none of them were great quality. They were sort of good to average, and 2 were like really average. So I think if they were all like excellent quality, they would have only put 1. But because they were just sort of average good, I think they just put 2 to sort of give me a good chance of becoming pregnant.
Yeah.
And that's where another thing where my friends and family, not all, only a couple, were not very supportive, because obviously I've put 2 embryos and I said there's a really low chance of having twins, but they were all so excited thinking twins. Yeah. So obviously when I was pregnant, when I found out I was pregnant, they were like, oh my God, so how many is it? And you go for your scan at 6 weeks and it will say how many. And then obviously it was only 1. They were like, oh, and it was just like, well, what do you mean? Oh, I've got a baby. That's all I ever wanted. Like, it was like they were not, some were quite disappointed. It was like, well, that's not cool. Like that just kind of made me feel like, because it is a bit upsetting to sort of think, oh, you've lost one already without people sort of adding in there,
Yeah.
I wouldn't think about it like that though. I would just think I had 0 and now I have 1.
Yeah, but that's how I was thinking until people were sort of saying things, and it's like, oh my God. But I guess they don't understand it. In my head, it was just the best chance to get 1. And in my head, I was sort of thinking it's not going to work in because I am a pessimist. And, they're only average quality but so I got 1. So.
And like work and stuff like that, like you're a teacher as well. Because Becky is as well. And like, do you, because the current situation is a bit weird at the moment and stuff, like, do you know what happens? Does anything change for you when you get pregnant and working and stuff, or?
Well, I'm still currently waiting for my risk assessment meeting with the head teacher, which is, taking ages.
Hold your breath, walk through the honestly, go through the corridors, hold your breath, you'll be fine. That's probably what that's like. I mean, obviously PPE is optional, but because I'm teaching early years, they need to see, my mouth, and I find it really difficult to teach like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm not wearing PPE, which, it might be not a good idea, but I just think I'm not doing my job properly if I'm wearing it with a mask on. How am I supposed to teach phonics? And you know how it is. You need to do all the actions and you have to be all animated, and it's really, really difficult. But we are, we've got measures in place, and I'm trying not to be so close, and we're washing our hands all the time. And I mean, it's not that different in the early years because we're not social distancing. So I guess I'm just hoping everything is okay. And they do say pregnant women are not that much at risk. If you catch it, it's not like the end of the world from what I've been researching, but you never know, do you?
Is it later on in your pregnancy where they say that you shouldn't work?
Yes, they say there's more of a risk, but then the government are so, there's no
Iffy.
actual, there's no, when you get to this, many months you must stop, or it's not safe. There's nothing. It's
Go
just,
outside. Don't go outside. Go
yeah,
outside if you can.
literally.
Don't go outside if you can. Like,
literally. So yeah, I guess we just have to see how it goes.
Well, a good person that you might want to check out is one of our previous guests from
Fertility Network UK.
Yeah, because they're all about like rights and stuff like that. Are you a member of a teaching union as well?
Yes.
Your headmaster's going to hate me asking this. But, yeah, I was going to say, like, it's really important to be a member of a teaching union, especially now when
definitely.
they're just like, teachers, just go in a box of kids and
exactly.
Fertility Network UK, they're a charity.
Okay, I will get on them.
But they're good for like they sort of champion working, workers' rights and all that kind of stuff. So
great.
But yeah, I mean, you got it in hand. You're all good.
Yeah. It is.
Oh, I'm so glad for you. I'm glad you were one of the couples that it worked first time for, because obviously that's everyone's dream, and it is such a long process to go through that you so deserve it.
Thank you. Well, when do you guys start?
Well, we're still waiting. So
you said you're waiting for the phone call, right?
I know.
The end of this month it was meant to be. It's the 29th today, so I'll have my phone right next to me tomorrow. IVF Fertility Network Wales.
I did phone them a lot today just to check, but I just got the answer phone. So
you have to honestly keep on them, and even if you sound like an annoying person, you have to, because that's just how I felt. You have to.
Yeah.
Because they just forget about you. It's like they've got so many people. You're just like a statistic. I honestly thought you'd go in and they'd be like, "Oh, come and sit down.
Yeah.
Do you want to
you've been through so much."
Yeah, right. But no, it's not at all. It's so cold, and you might have a lovely clinic. You might, you might have a completely different, perspective of it than I did. But maybe I was just too positive and thinking it's going to be this amazing, lovely, caring, scenario. But no. But, I hope that yours is completely different. You can come on and you can share, your side of the story, because I'm sure everybody's got different, sort of views, and experiences and stuff. Yeah.
We'll let you know.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely get you back and we'll keep in touch and stuff. But it was awesome to speak to you today.
And good luck for your 12-week scan. I can't
Thank
wait to
you
find
so
out about
much.
It. Yeah.
Thank you for having me on. It's been lovely to share my story.
Thanks for coming on. And anyone who's listening, go and check out Niz's Instagram page at IVF_UK_little_Lima. We'll put a link in the podcast too, so you can go and check it out.
Thanks guys.
Cool. Right, we'll see you in a bit then.
Cool.
See you in a bit.
Bye. I really enjoyed that podcast. It was really nice to speak to Niz and her story, and this positive, like we talked about. It's a weird area, especially in the trying to conceive community. When people have good news, it seems like a lot of people they always second guess themselves, or they talk, they think, oh, should I be sharing this? And I think, fuck yeah, like let's hear about the positive stuff, because I'm positive. I don't know if you hear the conversation I bet before this bit, but I'm trying not to be annoying. I'm trying not to be a positive nag, but I'm being positive, because fuck being negative. I don't like it. Yeah. Don't like it. Don't like it.
Yep. You do.
I was impression of Becky's dad.
So I agree with you. I think it's really important to share the hope.
Yeah.
The hope and the good stories.
That could be us in 5 months' time. It might not be.
Fingers
Probably
crossed.
won't be, but it could be. So why not think that it could be the positive instead of the negative?
Like Niz said, kind of like a positive pessimist.
Yeah.
Like expect the worst, and then anything better is good.
Do you know what I thought about the other day? Like, if this was like 20, 30 years ago, we wouldn't have the option of IVF. If we were just born in a different time.
No, it's been around for just over 40 years.
Okay, well, I obviously got my maths wrong, but like if I just change the number, what I said makes sense.
Yeah, you're right.
But she's just a lovely person, like I just felt like when we were speaking to her, you just smile.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And even though my face does this natural thing where I'm like...
You've got resting bitch face.
How dare you?
Yeah, it's just nice that you can talk to people that you've never met before and feel like you know them really well. So that was lovely. And yeah, go and follow Niz on @IVF_UK_little_Lima because she's got loads to share.
And we will put that very long username, which we might have said wrong, in the description.
I said it right that time.
Well, just covering our backs.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll be great to have Niz on when she's a bit further down the line in her pregnancy.
I got a question for the viewers. Do you think Becky could cut it as a Blue Peter presenter? Let us know. I'm going to put a poll out on the Instagram. No, I think I'm hearing a lot of Blue Peter tones coming from you.
Of course I would. I am a Blue Peter presenter.
Connie.
Hello. My initials used to be BP.
What?
Becky Parker.
Ah, not Rebecca Parker.
Well, they can be anything. I've got flexible names.
Who are you? I don't even know.
Who are you? Who are you? Are you Chris or are you Fuzz? What?
Nobody knows.
Exactly.
Your brother didn't know my actual name.
I know.
For about 6 years.
8, yeah. Would Fuzz mind if I call him Charlie? I was like, well, he's pretty laid back, so no.
He's pretty laid back, yeah. So I think what we're going to wrap up with today, we're going to say that today has been a shit day for us.
Yeah, but
tomorrow is round the corner.
Exactly. Every day is a new day. And like you say, there's things to be grateful for. And stories to listen to that bring hope and positivity. So keep your chin up. And if you need to have a cry, cry. If you need to have a hug, hug. If you need to have a drink, drink. And if you need to be positive, positive.
And if you're on your own and you're not talking about all this stuff with people.
Yeah. Talk to us.
Talk to strangers. Talk to us.
Yeah. Send us a message on Instagram or Facebook or
talk to. There's loads of people in the Trying to Conceive community. They probably hate me right now for being Mr. Positive. Like, he'll be fine. It'll work out. He'll be fine. But I'm not going to change. So
don't suffer in silence. And if your husband is forcing you to be positive and you don't want to, come say hey to me.
Exactly. But I mean, I can't imagine how tough this must be for someone that doesn't talk about it with anyone.
Yeah.
And there's no judgment. Like, if that's what you've decided to do, then that's cool, wherever. But when things go shit, or when you're having a rough day, then I don't know, don't suffer alone. Like, check in and have a chat with everyone.
Yeah. Do please get in touch. That's what we're here for, and that's why we're doing this podcast.
Nice clean sign off.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, you ruined it every time. I'm like,
yeah, it was really good speaking to Niz. Speak to us if you're feeling like crap, or you just want to say hi, or if you've got any questions. And we hope you enjoyed episode 18.
And let us know if Becky could be a Blue Peter presenter.
Yeah, OMG, episode 18.
Bye.
Bye.